Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Particle Fleet Emergence. We're going to have a really brief video here. It's a re-recording. I'm going to go through the Codex. You can see I've already completed it, but I wanted to go on to duty, and there were some technical issues there. I was definitely seeing some significant slowdown very early in the mission, less than 2 minutes in, and I decided, you know what, let's make it better quality, wait on that until I get the new computer set up. But we can still go through the Codex and set the table. So that's what's on tap for today. Sometime later. An undetermined amount of time later. We're in redacted space. We're going somewhere. We don't know where we're going. And of course, to fully understand this, we have to know the backstory of the Creeper World series. I'm assuming most people who watch this do, but if you don't, I am keeping the links to the previous games in the description. Okay, and instead of waiting to read all the way through this, basically I can present this in 3 sections. This is more or less a total history of the Creeper World saga summarized. So I'm just going to keep on each section for a few seconds, then move to the next one. Feel free to pause and read through it if you're interested. So we'll move on to the second part. And the third one. Then at the end it just says CTO and Director Kami. Okay, so this explanation, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it mostly works, but not completely. For example, in Creeper World 3, when it comes to the Sealoy, I mean, the message they sent to the Loki was looking for the Ark Eternal. They were asking the Loki for the Ark Eternal. They didn't ask to be spared or anything else. So, and the other thing is the Ark, you know, the Universal Singleton, whatever, it was a recording of everything that had ever existed in the galaxy. Stupid amounts of data. So what exactly is the point of the particulate, except maybe to gather that stuff for the Sealoy, like the Creeper did for the Loki, but that doesn't really work because they only used part of space, which, you know, is again what they called redacted space. It was a big part of space, but not all of it. You know, they identified a massive region of space, means there was parts outside of it, and from what I understand, the Creeper were gathering all material that ever existed, information from the entirety of the universe. And there are parts of the universe outside of redacted space. I don't really understand how that all fits. It doesn't appear to. And then it says the Sealoy ceased their efforts for no apparent reason, prepared for the end, and updated all the info caches, leaving their information out. And what we should do is not describe it. So it seems like what they're saying is that the events we're looking at here were between Creeper World 2 and 3. They seem to be placing Particle Fleet between Creeper World 2 and 3 in the timeline before, you know, Scars, Abraxas, and Liana make their way to, I don't remember the name of the system, but when they make their way to the Ark Eternal itself and have that battle, which ends up being the only battle that ever matters, because then whoever wins controls all time and space and can remake history as they see fit. So I understand what they're trying to do in sort of unifying the timeline, but it doesn't really make sense. You know, and if human civilization didn't emerge on what we've called the origin world, it's just where they put the info cache. The origin world is in fact the origin of particulate, which they seem to take back earlier in the story. But maybe that's just our crew's misunderstanding of it. In any case, we're going to move on. No, I don't think we all understand, Tycon. I don't think any of us understand, but I'm pretty sure you don't understand. Well, that's a shocking admittance of their arrogance, don't you think? So now we are doomed. For some reason, us getting to the origin world has triggered a massive expansion and activity from the particulate. And by the way, is anybody ever going to explain how the info caches are insulated from the particulate? Because why doesn't the particulate just destroy them? Like, you can say that the Seloy engineered that in, but the mechanic of how that works, it's never explained. Tycon knows someone who'd endeavor on that suicide mission. So basically, we're trying to get word back to whatever remains of Galcorp and the rest of humanity about what we've learned about the Seloy, the particulate threat, the history of man, all of those things. Oh dear. Let the cheese drip. I wouldn't miss this. Really? I would. How is it just? I can see how you'd say it's wise to sacrifice yourself for the good of humanity, but... You gotta give them credit for their courage. One final mission we must achieve. Make me proud. Boom. We jump back. And then we head into duty, which will be coming up next time. Now, I don't know how long it'll be, of course. Depends on what it takes to get the new system set up. But when Particle Fleet Emergence returns, we will indeed be heading into duty, and it looks like we've got some immense activity happening, including reactors. These appear to be the reactors supplying those wonderful long-range Bertha things. And, of course, the reactor design coming from Creeper World 3, we might as well just rip off that one more time. So that'll be coming up next. Thanks for watching, everybody. More Particle Fleet coming up as soon as I can manage. See you then.